and welcome back to Women's Profile. Introducing our studio guest, Sugar K. Grefaldeo. Is that how you pronounce your name, Sugar?
Yes.
Welcome to Women's Profile, Sugar.
Thank you.
And she was kindly introduced by Gemma Goutos. Gemma.
Hello again. Yeah, we invited her because I really find her so very talented with her craft that I wish to be different today, having a dance guest and being also an educator, and because of her being an international student.
Firstly, introduce yourself, your background, your heritage, and when you were here in Australia.
My name is Sugar K. Grefaldeo, and that's my real name. Everyone's asking me like, oh, is that your real name or you're just making it up? I'm like, yeah, that's my name. I have my sister, Sweet and Honey.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I'm from Philippines, and I've been living here in Brisbane for 2 years. And back in the Philippines, I'm doing a lot of dancing. I've been dancing since I was 10, like from amateur to professional dancing, and I tried to pursue that by getting a degree in bachelor's in education, major in physical education. And I decided to come in here in Australia to pursue my career in teaching. I became an international student, and I did my diploma in child care education.
Sorry, Shira, I was about to really mention about your educational background. It's so very really interesting because you have a certificate trained for in fitness trainer, you have a bachelor of education in the physical education, as with, like you said, you have a diploma in your early childhood and a certificate in visual graphic design.
Oh,
my
Yes.
goodness. How long have you been here in Australia?
2 years.
In just 2 years.
2 years, yeah. I didn't know that I'm doing a lot of progress at the moment, but because I'm enjoying what I'm doing, I think that really gives me a lot of time to just pursue what I really wanted to do. Sometimes, yeah, it's hard, like, oh, what's the next step? Sometimes I'm having that like crisis, not really crisis, like what's the right time, but I'm doing it because I know that I really wanted to do it. Especially,
it's your passion.
Yeah, it's my
Primarily
passion.
your passion.
Yes, teaching is really my passion, and combining it with the children.
Oh, that's why your work experiences is you have being a dance teacher in an adult commercial hip hop and kids hip hop dance group studio in YCV
dance studio. Yes, I'm teaching hip hop dance in YCV dance studio, and I'm doing my training as well in there in Nudo Dance Company. So at least while I'm teaching other people, I'm able to learn more of my professional development. And I think it's really nice to just be a student and be a teacher as well, like that.
What do you intend to do after achieving all this kind of
living here in Australia is really a privilege. The lifestyle is so good and well balanced. If I have the opportunity to stay longer, I don't mind, but if it's not for me, then I will find a way to make it happen. Yeah, for me, I came in here by myself. I can do it by myself. If there's a way, then why not just do it?
And you are really so determined to really also share your talent and your passion at the same time. So being also a dance choreographer, also teaching cultural and festival modern dances.
Yeah,
so you are an all-around dancer, because we have different kind of dancers, right?
Yeah,
That's right.
I'm really passionate of sharing my talent with other people, especially with the Filipino community. It's a good feeling to impart your culture with other people.
Correct.
With the support of Filipino Australian Brisbane Society, which is FAB, wherein Tita Gemma is part of it. They've been really supportive with me to try to spread and impart my knowledge in dancing and expose me. Like, we have the workshops. Last year we tried to do it, but because of COVID, we need to stop, and now we're trying to pursue it again. A lot of Filipino wanted to learn,
also be
involved with the community, and I feel so empowered with that, and I'm very inspired doing my craft with them because they're really putting all the effort and the hard work every week. We ended up planning and organizing a cultural event. This will be a big event. It's the first Filipino cultural night, wherein we're doing it in Queensland Multicultural Center.
That's just next door, isn't it?
We're going to showcase the Filipino talent, and it's authentic from the Philippines. From costumes, we ordered it back in the Philippines.
Just really like Sugar trying to give emphasis is the traditional and indigenous kind of dancing, and it's patterned with the tribes and the modern at the same time, connecting the kind of culture in the north and in the south region in the Philippines part.
So when is all this going to take place?
On August 28th, we've already booked the venue in, and I'm excited because I know that we're teaching it meticulously. We need to showcase what is our tradition and our culture in the Philippines, so everyone can experience it.
And Sugar, you have to also mention that we also established a new group with theater actors.
Yes, we also have
First time that the Filipino Australian Brisbane Society formed a group for performers in the acting kind of career. Yeah, and we will be presenting them in a very interesting traditional cultural story.
Oh, that's
Yes,
good, because a lot of
yes.
stuff that we see is a lot of fusion.
Yes,
Because
yes.
to keep young people interested, there's a lot of hip hop
Contemporary
contemporary
dancing.
stuff coming
Yes,
into it, and
yes.
so it's got the cultural element, but it's
Correct.
fused.
That's why we exert a lot of effort in our workshop, because you know, the modern kind of kids now, I have no idea at all from the background of the cultural and traditional ways, but because we are trying to also let them really understand and feel the kind of that where they can express it more to have justifications, and so we have to have that workshop for them to understand it better.
I think the second generation is when they become more inquisitive and want to know a little bit more. So when we first come, the very first time the Filipinos, or anyone for that fact, comes to Australia, to a new country, they're so intent on keeping with the Australian culture that they don't really, although they bring a lot of with them, they don't bring it all with them, and then as time goes by, they lose a little bit of the memories. So,
Yes, yes.
So then the kids come along and they want to know all about it. So this is really great. But
Yeah.
So how did you become involved in this in the Philippines? Like, how did you decide that you were going to do traditional stuff and then merge into hip hop?
I'm really into hip hop, but because I'm doing my studies in bachelor's in physical education and dance, we have the subject that really focus in depth in Philippine cultural dances, and that's why I was like, oh, I think we need to start to pass it on to the new generation. It's hard that we're all exposed with different kinds of music and different kinds of dances. Now, if you have more on like different background of dancing, I think it doesn't matter how you physically good, but because how knowledgeable you are on what you are doing. Yeah.
Yes.
And it's all about passion, I guess. It's not technical that you know this, you know that. When you're passionate about it, then that's it. You're dancing with your heart.
So did you gain some, like more experiences, more friends, and more invitations from other groups that you're somehow participating?
This is one of this. I will not be invited in here if I'm not being active with what I'm doing.
Yes. It's a place to be active. Eh?
Yeah, and I gain a lot of beautiful people around me. And my mom is away; she's in Qatar, and my sister's in the Philippines. Living here in Australia by myself, it takes a lot of courage and sacrifices. It pushes me to get back up every day.
Sorry, Sugar.
Yes.
I don't really know how to dance. I know I have the rhythm, but unfortunately, I don't know how to express it better. So every time I see Sugar in her TikTok, and that's another also reason why she won, because there's this contest, and then she participated, and she ended up the main winner, and we were just entirely blown away with her talent. And it's good to see that. Exposing their kind of talent is also an inspiration for other international students. If you have the talent of like cooking, whatever, baking, singing, dancing, painting, it will not stop you doing that as long as you are really sure that you can do it and you have that determination and passion to share it to others.
Yeah, and I'm really grateful for these people who's been supportive and opening these doors for other people, especially with international students, because it's been really difficult this past few years with all these happenings in the dilemmas, but because the Filipino Australian Brisbane Society is really, they're open. And I remember when I'm struggling, they went to my apartment just to give me a donation that time. They're opening a lot of doors for the international students, for them to like be involved, and to tell them that you're not alone. We're here. You just because you're in different country, you're alone, but Filipino spirit is still here in Australia.
So last week we had a guest on the station, Christine Castley from Multicultural Australia, and she was talking about vilification and the Be Heard story. Have you suffered any type of vilification or derogatory remarks and that about you, or have you been one of the lucky ones who's managed to sail through?
Honestly, yes. Well, I've experienced it a couple of times, but I don't think that I'm acknowledging as it is.
What are you being busy with now? Preparing for something in a big event?
Yeah,
Participating?
we're A lot.
You're having this workshop?
Yeah, we're doing all the plannings, like
And the
practices, and we're inviting everyone to come and watch the concert. And I think it will be really great if we sold out the tickets.
How do we go about buying tickets?
We made an event in the
Eventbrite or
in the Facebook.
The event actually is called One ng Wika.
One ng
This is
Wika,
in
yeah.
commemoration of observing our Filipino language, because we have 1 month celebration to observe that occasion. And coinciding with that is also showing the talents, showcasing dancing, performing. There's even a declamation, I heard, because it's all about language, so how we express our being Filipino. So One ng Wika will be on August 28th, and they can check the Facebook for all the details.
Yeah, or you can call Tita Gemma if you wanted to.
So what's the